San Diego, California, this is the Frug Life Podcast, the show that teaches you how to save, invest, and earn money. Here's the host, Mr. Frugal himself, Ricky Hershey.
Welcome to the Frug Life. We have an interesting episode today. If you can figure out what is unique about this episode before I finish, kudos to you. So just be on the lookout for it. Hey Frug Lifers, Ricky here from the Frug Life. Today we're diving into a lifestyle trend making waves on social media, the DINKWAD. What is a DINKWAD? DINKWAD stands for dual income, no kids with a dog. It describes a couple with a combined income who choose not to have children, but share their lives with a furry friend. Is the DINKWAD frugal? There are definite financial advantages to being a DINKWAD. Here's why. Reduced expenses. Children are expensive. From childcare to clothes, activities to college funds, kids significantly impact your budget. DINKWADs free up a lot of money for other things. More disposable income. With no kids, you have more money for travel, hobbies, or early retirement. You might even be able to downsize your living space and save on housing costs. Debt-free focus. DINKWADs can prioritize paying off student loans, mortgages, or other debt much faster. But wait, there's more. Being a DINKWAD isn't all sunshine and puppy cuddles. Here are some financial considerations. Pet expenses. Dogs and other pets come with their own costs. Food, vet bills, training, and pet sitting. Factor these into your budget. Lifestyle creep. With extra income, it's easy to fall into lifestyle inflation, spending more on dining out or entertainment. Stay mindful of your frugality goals. Retirement planning. Remember that extra income won't last forever. DINKWADs might need to adjust their retirement savings plan to account for the lack of potential future contributions from children. The DINKWAD verdict. There's no one-size-fits-all answer. The DINKWAD lifestyle can be frugal if you're mindful. But remember, frugality is all about living intentionally with your money, regardless of your life choices. Frugal tips for DINKWADs. 1. Create a budget. Track your income and expenses to see where your money goes. 2. Prioritize savings. Set savings goals for retirement, a pet emergency fund, or that dream vacation. 3. Beware of lifestyle creep. Don't let your newfound financial freedom lead to unnecessary spending. 4. Enjoy your life. Being frugal doesn't mean depriving yourself, but being smart with your money allows for more freedom to enjoy what matters most, your dog, your travels, or simply your peace of mind. So is the DINKWAD life for you? It depends on your priorities and financial goals. But one thing's for sure, being frugal can benefit any lifestyle, DINKWAD or not. Head over to thefruglife.com for more tips on frugal living and share your thoughts on the DINKWAD life in the comments below. Until next time, stay frugal, Frug Lifers. Alright, welcome back to the Frug Life. Have you guessed what was special about that segment on DINKWADs? Well, I'll tell you. It was written by an AI. Of course, I read it, but yeah, it was written by an AI. I thought it was interesting that the AI thinks I address you as Frug Lifers. I don't think I've ever said that before in my life, and I don't think I ever will. What actually caused this episode of the show is that I recently met with a former coworker, Jackie. Shout out to Jackie. Jackie actually went out to lunch with me, and he paid for my lunch, which is a little absurd, but thank you. And he also got me mochi from his trip to Japan, which was much nicer than the gift I gave him, which is the copy of Super Mario Odyssey that he accidentally lent to me. It's a long story, but I returned a game to him after like a year of borrowing it. Jackie mentioned dinks and DINKWADs, which it just so happens I'm a DINKWAD. I work, my wife works, so we have dual income. We don't have any kids presently. And we do have a dog, little Snowball, who is probably around here somewhere. That episode created by AI was kind of interesting. I mean, I think the general idea is that children can be expensive and that dogs can be much less expensive, I think. Some of the tips, especially at the end, got pretty generic just about frugality. So does the AI just think I spout out random facts about frugality every episode? Oh, my little Snowball is barking. I bet you can't hear them, but maybe you can. In older generations, I think families would be reluctant to have dual incomes, right? In the olden times, men worked and women stayed at home and raised children. I'm not describing whether that's good or bad. What I am saying, though, is given current economic trends, this has kind of fallen by the wayside in some ways and in some areas. At least that's my perspective on things. Because really, people need more than one income. At least that's what it seems like to me. I definitely don't want to stay a dinkwad forever. And of course, by that, I don't mean I'm trying to give away my dog, that someday I want to have kids. I think this period of time in which I've been a dinkwad has been very valuable for building my net worth. Who knows if I would have been able to buy a house in San Diego otherwise. I think I actually will post the script to this episode, the section written by AI. And there is a comment section on the blog, so if you actually do want to comment about dinkwads and whatnot, that would be great. I guess to keep talking on it, though, when we talk about the wad part of dinkwad, why is the dog important to this situation? And maybe the answer is that it's good to have companionship, and it's good to have someone that relies on you, or some animal, right, that relies on you, because it builds some sense of camaraderie. You know, the dog, my dog, I think, hasn't been the most frugal decision in some ways, right? Because he costs money, he eats food, and the food actually isn't very bad. I think it's the unexpected vet bills from the time he got like a foxtail in his eye, and also the other like odds and ends that he runs into. Just the amount of time it takes to care for a dog too, I think really gets to Mrs. Frug sometimes. You know, I tried to tell her dogs are a lot of effort and a lot of work, and she didn't listen to me. I'm just kidding. I like having Snowball around, though. Snowball also is remarkably trainable, which is a total tangent from what we were talking about before. Maybe sometime I need to show all the tricks I've taught him to do. But what is a little more relevant is just the way that dogs live life. There is just here and now for dogs. There's no waiting for the future. They live for every moment. When you come home, your dog is just so excited to see you. And Snowball just gets so, like, happy, for lack of a better word. He's just running, he's playing, he's panting, he's just excited all the time and full of energy all the time. And maybe there's some life lesson in that, about being optimistic, about being happy, about living in every moment and taking advantage of every moment for what it's worth. Maybe all the walks I have to go on because of Snowball is more to my benefit than his. Also, I think my wife is going to resent me for even commenting on this because she walks him so much more than me. All right. Well, thanks for listening to today's episode of The Frug Life. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know what you think about the AI portion of the episode. Have a great month. And as always, stay frugal.